Hello again, welcome to the MasterCAM course. In that lecture, we're going to talk about how can we handle actually our 3-axis toolpath. As you can see here in the screen, I created some SolidWorks part. Okay, after that, I try to open it and by using the MasterCAM actually. So you can easily see that our product like this. And actually, before starting your CAM process, actually, it will be better for you to understand and all the detail about your product. It will be better for you. And after that process, you can easily create your actually toolpath. So that is the quite important. And then after that, you can start your project actually. So I mean that you need to plan your and manufacturing process. For example, when I am looking at that our and my progress actually, so of course I need to create my wireframe. So we are working on the 3D and then I can turn to the wireframe options and bonding box options. And then let me select my solid model and hit the enter button, and then you're gonna see that this is the rectangle and manual can be selected. And then let me hit OK button. After that, I'm gonna create my diagonal line like this. And after that, I can turn to the transform and move to the origin. And then I just need to select the midpoint of my line. To be able to do that, actually I can focus on and my line like this. Okay, so this part is quite important. And after that, I can turn to the isometric view, and then we can use the clear color options. After that, actually, I can select all that line and except this one. And then we can delete all my entities. Okay, so after that, actually, we can save our file. And then I can turn to the 2D and maybe and the different distance, for example, it can be 10. And then I can turn to here and wireframe, and we can also use the curve all edges and select this part. Then we're gonna create that kind of boundary. Okay, that boundary is also gonna help us for our progress. Okay, let me save my file, and then we can turn to the machine mill and we can select our machine. And after that, we can use the right mouse button and mill toolpath. And of course, we can prefer to use actually face toolpath. I can click here and OK button. And after that, I can turn to the tool section to create my tool. While we are selecting our tool, actually, we also need to be careful about our diameter. Our diameter is quite important. If you select the 20 millimeter tool, it means that you're gonna use and less spindle speed and also and the feed rate. So you can prefer to 10 millimeters. So it means that your toolpath length is gonna be and bigger than the 20. So let me turn here. This is the 10. So I can write my feed rate and I can write my cutting speed. And after that, I can turn to the linking parameters. It can be 5 absolute and 0 to 0 with absolute. Okay. When you select absolute, it means that you're gonna use actually your and MasterCAM VCS. So let me turn to the cut parameters to organize my cutting method. Can be zigzag, it can be 0, and my roughing angle can be 45. Okay, and then we can also turn to the actually our step over. When you create that kind of roughing angle, it means that you're gonna use X and Y axis. So it's also gonna help you to create and better surface roughness. because of this part. Okay, I don't want to use any depth cut because when we turn to the linking parameters, we're gonna cut top of stock 0 to 0. Okay, this is my cutting area. So that's why it's not so important. Okay, and okay, everything seems fine. You're gonna see your toolpath like this. It's okay, but we also organize our transaction here. Let me turn to here. This is the cut parameters. This is the move between cut options. It can be high speed. And then let me recalculate my toolpath. It's gonna turn to high speed. Okay, seems fine. Let me save my file, and then we can use the right mouse button, Mill Toolpath, and Contour Toolpath again, and then we can select our boundary, and then we can hit OK button, and then we're gonna select the same tool here, this one. Actually, we can organize our feed rate and cutting speed as well. And then let me turn to the linking parameters. We're gonna work on absolute 5, absolute 3, and absolute 0 to, this is gonna be my depth. Okay, minus 71. Maybe we prefer to use minus 7. After that, I can turn to the cut parameters. My compensation type can be calculated and the computer. If you also would like to write your wear, you can also need to be careful about your CNC geometry part. You can organize your tool wear and as a diameter wear actually by and on your CNC. So I'm gonna be on the left side, compensation direction, and then we can turn to the cut depths. We can activate this part and we can make them 5 mm and for depth. And then we can also organize our lead in and lead out process. It can be 50% of my tool diameter with that sweep degree, and then you're gonna hit OK button. Okay, it's fine. We created our toolpath. Okay, let me save my file.